Hey, this is episode 3, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I kind of like this one because it involves coffee. So I talk about kind of coffee, being productive, and kind of the environment that it can bring you into and stuff like that. And also a interesting meeting of something I'm trying to bring to the forefront, which hopefully you will see very soon. Um, and a bunch of other stuff. So check it out. Hey, what's up? So this little chunk I'm doing here is well, spoke about in the initial kind of lead up to this is that I want to. Sorry, I've got gameplay at the same time, and I feel like I don't want anybody to die. That'd be on my conscience. Obviously, it's a game; it's not real life because well, that'd be serious. Anyway, I'm going off topic. So, what I want to talk about in this specific thing, this chunk, is that what was also interesting people is like things like going to coffee class, um, so thinking about that, like it's I think for me, I've always loved coffee. There's such a social aspect, and sitting there and cracking on with work, but still being around, and I like being observant of people as well. Find that really interesting, especially with sort of work I want to produce. Um, but for me, I think it's really good talking about the essence of work and just chilling and relaxing, especially after like doing a morning class, do a bit of work, and then do an evening class. Because a lot of trying to make it, I've applied for quite a lot of things, um, and only being successful very early on and near the end of a year, um, end of nearly a year out for me, so about 9 months, to actually have two opportunities. Um, One was Link Beyond, and one was with London Studio Centre, a graduate platform, originally concepted by Lise Uterhoven, and who's like head educator at London Studio Centre, and also Julia Gleich, who's used to be the head of choreography at LSE. But she's back in New York, probably doing amazing things. I always love their classes. Um, Choreography being my thing. Uh, so, yeah, coffee. And before, like, spending a lot of time on the laptop, the same thing I'm filming off right now, to try and be productive and try and give some value back to the community. Like, I'm not, again, I'm here, I'm not trying to preach, I'm just documenting. So for me, yeah, I find it's cool because we spend a lot of time applying for things, all that sort of thing, and one of the things I'm applying for to make maybe a connection between the last chunk I did video-wise for this is that I'm talking about funding. So I've made a kind of first draft. I've done like the main outlines of things, and now I'm going to go into detail, try and talk to some people with regards to funding. So develop your own practice on the stream funding I'm going for. With regards to Arts Council funding, England Arts Council, but and also adding on to what I said in the last chunk, like the video I did, was looking at British Council and Creative Scotland. So I looked into stuff a bit deeper into the sites and stuff, and I found a couple of things. So it's interesting. So right now, I just want to focus because on the develop your own practice, because it looks pretty promising. I like the look of it. Is to do with Art Council England, especially when I'm working and based in London just now. I think it's important that I make sure that I, capitalize and build on that. So yeah, coffee. It's just a chilled environment, cracking on with some work. And also a bit of coffee to get to class as well. So before and after for me anyway. Not a super morning person, but yeah, and it's great because great place to have meetings, great place to yeah, just get into the zone. And I'm actually the collective I've put together, which I am dubbing EQ Dance Go. I'm gonna try and create a website and all that good stuff. And yeah, we're getting together at Caravan, the one in um, King's Cross in Pancras. Right, it's basically part of the building, which is Central St. Martin's Fashion College, um, which has done amazing things with LSU as well, like Design for Dance and Dance Lab, which I did in first year when I was there. Um, and I've gone and seen the Design for Dance shows, and yeah, it's just really interesting. I want to try and work with collaborators. There's one of the few things I'm applying for is to work with people like saying tech and stuff. So that's going to be super interesting if I'm lucky enough. I'm going to push my luck a bit more after doing Blue Elephant Theatre, um, who are lovely people, and I really want to try and build my relationship there. Maybe over coffee. Yeah, see. Um, Oh, but yeah, I'm getting with my collective. I'm gonna try and I'm putting some ideas of projects I want to do. The fact I'm applying for Arts Council funding, the develop your own practice stuff, and talk about because I know what I want to achieve, and I've got a gist of what everybody who I brought forward into collective wants to do. But I think the meeting is really important to try and set what foundations we want to go forward to, what may come up. So I'm going to talk about my projects. I'm going to talk about maybe how we go about social media stuff. How do we go helping promote each other, build up with each other. If people's aspirations are to teach, they can use this as the rest of us as guinea pigs. Or same thing being dancers. Well, I do VA hours, venue assistant hours at Chisholm Hill Dance Space for exchange for free space. So thinking about how we can do that, and I'm always trying to find some access to free space, which I can give to the guys. Yeah, so to help each other out, because I think it's important to do that. And yeah, can't really say too much on it because again, it's the first meeting, so I've got nothing to compare it to yet. So yeah. Um, so on that note, if you're interested in coffee and tea or whatever drinks, I mean even drinks, it doesn't have to be coffee. I think to loosen up, have some dinner, um, and just something informed, something to everybody's let loose. But maybe I'll let you know how that goes, and then in the next video or something. Yeah, if you want to look for good places in London for coffee, download. I think it's like $2.99. I know apps you don't really want to pay for them, but trust me, the best places in London for coffee, use the London Coffee Guide app. It is gonna change your life. It changed mine. So, um, it's quite late, so I don't really know how my brain can't think of anything else to bring about coffee. And then class, and like in terms of you're going between these things and bringing it, to summarize, and to chill and then do some work and stuff like that. Because the doing all this stuff on laptop, I spoke to people and they feel like that's where most of the work happens. To do all the dancing stuff, you have to be on this, boom, boom, boom. Why not have a cup of Joe by your side to get you through it? Yeah. Maybe a question to you guys is, what's your way of cracking on with admin stuff and overconfident? Do you agree with this? Do you feel the same? Any your stories of what you've achieved over coffee could be really interesting, and what advantages it bring to you in terms of doing meetings and stuff, and what sort of or just having a drink with someone. Any thoughts on it? Drop them in the comments box. I might do just remind myself when I watch this video back in editing. I'll put a link for the London Coffee Guide app if I can do that app with the app on the app store. I'll try my best. I'm not super tech savvy. I do alright, but nothing get me by. But peace and love, and yeah, I hope this adds to the overall monthly vlog I'm trying to do. I mean, it's more than a month. I've been planning to release a monthly vlog for about 3 months. But busy, man. And just little on me. One day I'll have a team, hopefully, to help me with all this. So, peace. So if you liked some of the stuff I talked about in this one, please engage. Stick likes, comments, any criticisms, anything. Look forward to reading them or listening to them. Any form of communication, throw it at me. Peace.